How's it going, guys? Linux Daily back with another live stream. Today's live stream we'll be taking a look at Temple OS. Really interesting website, to say the least. It was written by one person, Terry Davis, which I saw somewhere that he recently passed away. So there's not going to be any more updates for this. So it is built from the ground up. They have a light ISO and the distro ISO. Pretty sure this one is 2 megs. Yeah, 1.9 meg. And then this one is 16 megabytes. So there's a whole operating system and all that, and 16 megabytes. So that is that. I'm going to blank out the screen and pull up a VirtualBox. Hopefully. By the way, this is a 64-bit operating system. Alright. We are here. This is Temple OS. Okay, let me full screen that again. So, yep. So you can move the windows around. I'm gonna close out of that. So there's an option here. Do you want to install on your hard disk? Yes. Are you installing this inside of a VMware or another virtual machine? I'm gonna click yes. Press any key. And is going to format the drive and install the system. It takes a really short time to do this as well. Reboot now. Let's do, wait, before we do that, I'm going to jump up onto my other monitor because I remember doing this the other time. And I'm going to remove the ISO from the virtual CD drive. And then we reboot. Learn that one the hard way. It'll boot straight into the ISO if we don't remove it. So Temple OS bootloader, he wrote this as well. So this is all not Linux based, not anything. Just all built from the ground up. So now that we got that, we have this thing. Take a tour. We will not. So this is kind of glitchy. Yeah, we just got an error, but we could close out of that. Close out of this. So a little background behind this operating system is the developer of the operating system, Terry A. Davis, was schizophrenic, and he said that he was called by God to make his temple. So this is his temple in an operating system form. He says he wrote his own compiler. It's mixture between C and C++ called Holy C. You'll see that in the OS here as well. He has something called the Red Sea file system, I believe, as the file system. It is in the public domain, and it has really a lot of biblical references within it. So every time you type in something in the command line here, it interprets it into like his C compiler called Holy C. So you have to make sure your syntax is correct. Like I've been doing a lot of playing around with it to get into like an editor. You do like ed for edit. Then you have to type it in like a C kind of format. So let's make something called like Linux Daily. And I'm just going to copy the file extension to what he has there. So here's our editor. Now let's write some stuff. Let's just write like Linux Daily is streaming Temple OS. You can also write little, what do you call it? I lost the word for it. Little scripts. I'm gonna save as. Get out of it. So we are back in the little command prompt, what you would call it, terminal. I don't know what the exact word is for it. So to get back into the thing, we're gonna do ed and Linux daily.8c.z, and it did save our work. So we got that. Now we can get out of that. It opens up a new terminal command prompt thing, which is actually resizable. So you can open up more than one and move it around like so. Resize this one down a little bit more. Move it over here. So you can have multiple windows open at once, which is really neat given that this is only a 16 meg ISO. So I'm just going to start from scratch here and go back here. Then let's make a little script. Now I know little about C or C++, so this is going to be interesting, let alone this being a modified version of it. I'm going to make another file here. I believe to make a function that is u0, and then like I'm gonna make it test. I don't know if we put that on or not. I'm gonna leave them on anyways, and then he has it so you could put a quote and they'll make it like printf. I cannot full screen this window as well because it doesn't support that for some reason. Okay, so we got that, and let's just put like Linux daily is streaming this. I realized you have to make the new line character. Then let's see if this works. Oops. Wrong button. Let's see if this works. I'm going to control S because I'm pretty sure that works. I'm actually just going to be safe and go up to File and Save. Now we press F5. And it did work. Look at that. Linux Daily is streaming this. The new lines didn't work for some reason on YouTube. I'm going to try one more thing. This opens up another one as well, so we can close out of that. Yep. Let's make another thing. I'm going to call it loop thing. Then, what's the thing to make a variable? I think it's I64. I just remembered. My 6 key does not work. For some reason, the keyboard's doing some weird things. Yeah, I'm going to control S and get into there. It wasn't working for some reason. Looks like it's working a little better now. Yep. I64. Yep, that worked. It turned green. Let's just do X. For I know this like loops in C and whatnot. I'm not an expert C programmer. I know Python and Bash a lot better than I do C. For I equals 0, not I, x equals 0, x less than, let's do 3, then x plus plus, then let's do hello. And we got to make sure we do our that and that. I know the screen went black. I don't know why it did. So we got that. Okay, we got that. It should print it 3 times. We got to call our function. And then we save it and then run. It did, but our new line doesn't work for some reason. I don't know how to get that. So we got that. That's a little thing with the sorry about that. We got some games, it looks like, in Temple OS. Let's start out with Titanium. Press the key. Oh, that's a neat game. So yeah, we get some games. Not the best graphics, but what else do you expect for a 16 meg? So the whole thing just kind of froze up. So I'm going to reset the VM here really quick. I don't know what happened there. Thing kind of just froze up. Okay, so that's not working. Go here. Maybe it wants me to click no first. Yeah, it wanted me to click no. So the mouse in scaled mode does some weird things on this OS. So it looks like our things are preserved from the reboot. So we got now Flapbat. Okay. So it looks like I can't get more, oh, there we go. So there's that game. What else is there in here? Neat little OS. This looks like a car game. Yep. Controls aren't the best, but for being a 16 meg ISO and including all of this, it's pretty impressive. Kind of cheated there a little. I can't explain to you how hard this car is to control. So it looks like we wrecked, but we're gonna continue anyway. Then we spun out. So that was a car game. Go back here to the menu. Flat tops. So it's like a battleship. I have the slightest clue how to play it. I don't know which one's me or not. So that looks like a battleship kind of thing. Bomber Golf. Looks like a similar kind of game to that other plane game, but you have a smaller area, it looks like. So it's harder than ever to aim. I think we got one. Yeah, so that's this game. I'm just gonna spam the spacebar because that seems to be the key that works. So we got that guy, so. I just noticed if you look up in the corner up here, the top right, it tells you which key you're pressing. So that's neat. Go back to the menu. Keep away. Looks like a basketball. Not quite sure what the concept of this game is. So that's that game. I don't know what the goal is. But it looks like it has some working AI, which is kind of neat. Go back to menu and rawhide. Um, okay. Was reading that. So looks like you just have to like group the animals or something because they're running away. Okay, this is a weird game. The mouse does some weird things as well. There's a lot of games for this 16 mega ISO. We got all the way down here as well. Let's see this game. Is it kind of like a Space Invaders? Not really, no. Okay, so that's that game. Let's go back to it actually. We gave it a good solid 15 seconds. Okay, I get the concept. It's kind of like a Space Invaders, but you're actually moving around. I gotta speed up these games here. Wenceslas. Yeah, so this is another. This is a one of those um so this is one of those biblical games. The game like crashed or something. Start fires while pressing space. Okay. So I don't know if it's on fire. Yeah, I don't know how to play this game. These people are apparently climbing the side of the house. So that is neat. Battle lines. Okay. So this is another interesting game. I can't really control anybody. So it looks like you have to get your team to destroy the entire everybody here. So that's that. Talons. It's under. This is the unfun games. This game is really, really hard to control. Now this is I can see why this one's under the unfun games. Because the whole thing's kind of freaking out, the whole screen. I have about one core allocated to this CPU. And it's maxing it out. Castle Frankenstein. So this guy can run extremely fast. I'm stuck in the wall. Apparently these guys are running extremely fast as well. Okay, I get the point now. So space is shoot. So this is like Doom, but like very, very simple. Because there's not a whole lot really going on. The graphics aren't the best at all. But given this is an ISO of 16 megabytes, it's still pretty impressive. What all that 16 megabytes does with the entire compiler, whole programming language. So that was that. Zone Out. I don't think I'm going to get into some of the, like, span and tree checkers. I don't think I'll be getting into those. So this thing turns really slow. So I think what you're supposed to do is turn all these blue. So that's another. These are all interesting games. Let's jump down a little and go to this one. So I think I already found a. The cheat. Let's actually play it legit. I need to cheat a little bit. Give myself a little ease of there. So this is one of those better games. Don't know why this one's under the unfun games. This is pretty one of the better off ones. If you limited the rate of fire so people couldn't just go like this, that would make it actually really good. So that one's that one. Let's do not models, dungeon. Okay. I'm just spamming the arrow keys and holding the spacebar and the people are disappearing. But he's also doing an animation like I'm using the sword against him. And he simulated the lighting as if it was you were in a dungeon. So it's not the brightest place. So I'm just gonna hold C, not C, I'm gonna hold the arrow keys and the space bar. I mean, like, start spamming all the keys in it. Eventually the enemies will die. Okay, more people. So it looks like we have to explore this dungeon. Game completed. We won. Woo! So there's that. We completed in 88 seconds. It looks like we have a best. If we look up here, shows us our best time. Need to redo the scale mode there. Best 8861. I don't know if that preserves it after you exit out of the game. I don't have sound, so I don't think any of that's gonna work down there. Let's navigate around Temple really quick, since there's not a whole lot more we can do. So I believe the to view the things in the directory, it's you have to type it like think this works like that. Yes. So that's how you view the stuff in the directory of Temple OS. As you see, we have the default ones, and then the script thing that we wrote, and the little text file. And to delete, I think it's this. I was messing around with this a little while ago. Okay. Let's see if that worked. Yep, it did. It is not here anymore. I don't really know a whole lot more to do on Temple, to be honest. Can you get a full screen window going? I wish you can get out of that top one up there, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So, that was a really quick look of at Temple OS. So, hope you enjoyed the stream. I'll catch you in the next one.